In the relational understanding of the Entered Apprentice Mason's degree, or that reflective understanding, um, it is inherent to the process of the Entered Apprentice Mason to essentially learn how to follow, for lack of a better way to say it. There's an old, I guess, folk wisdom kind of saying, "Lead, follow, or get the f out of the way." And in the Entered Apprentice Mason's sort of process, particularly from a relational perspective, it is a learning how to follow. It is execution before evaluation in a lot of cases. So when you are in a space where you are learning, in particular, um, like a lot of skills, you have to learn them with the effort of another. You have to learn them as a result of somebody else's hard work, or you take a mentor, or you are following in somebody else's footsteps. There is an inherent relationship developed where there's going to be someone with expertise giving you, the entered apprentice, insight and direction on how to execute. And there's a tension in that as you're an entered apprentice mason, right? You're going to want to ask a lot of questions because you want to know why. And uh, good mentors will take some time to explain that to you. Great mentors will help create an experience where you learn why organically through the process. When you are trying to figure out kind of what to do and what not to do, the very first thing you should default to is execute, right? Again, this is like we talked about in the last episode. A lot of this is an at bat kind of situation when you're learning something new. And from a relational perspective, um, you can't, if we're using the baseball analogy, it doesn't make sense to ask why the pitcher threw every pitch that you can't hit. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? That doesn't really help you get better at swinging the bat. What will help you get better at swinging the bat is learning how to take every pitch thrown at you. And so when you start to understand this relationship and understand that your role as an apprentice, in a lot of ways, is this just following. It is the receptive nature. You get to take these experiences and execute without that evaluation. When we talk about the other degrees, you're going to get that sort of meaningful evaluation back as you start looking at outcomes. But in the beginning, again, you're not really overly focused on the outcomes. You're focused on the process. So when it comes to how to use this in your everyday life, when it comes to it, there are experts in every field, and there is unwritten wisdom available to you in everyone that has executed this thing, whatever it is you're trying to learn. That everyone that's already done it knows something. If you imagine that they have a secret they just haven't told you yet, you put on your beginner's mind and start asking good questions, and you'll find that, again, you ask good questions when the time is appropriate for to ask good questions. So let me be clear. You'll be able to surface this wisdom and understanding that is very difficult for an instructor to transmit, largely because, again, the way that mechanic works, more often than not, an entered apprentice mason or an entered apprentice in any field is going to be trying to figure out the why things work, the how things work, the what's going on, without the execution side. So they don't often get the chance as an instructor or as somebody who's trying to mentor you to surface the insight or wisdom that you are learning again for the first time. So as you receive these things, as you receive this understanding from them, again, let's say it's baseball or what have you, they're not going to necessarily have an understanding about how to explain to you all the little things they already know. What you should work to do is help to allow that information to come through you. And then, of course, you're going to feed that back. Like, oh, this is the part I was missing, in case you were curious, for the next guy. This is the thing that I needed that you just helped me find through, more at-bats or more pitches or whatever. When you are working on this on your own, where you are trying to solve this problem without the benefit of a mentor, understand that that probably, for lack of a way to say it, doesn't really happen. Even if you are learning something new on your own, there is somebody else who's gone that path before you in a learning process perspective. So there's a book out there that somebody's written down their expertise. Use that feedback, follow the exercises, even the ones you think are stupid, and you'll find that in every one of those at bats, in every one of those attempts, you are effectively getting into the mind of somebody who's done it before you and taking on that follower role to help you move forward.